We led with Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Rob. They look. We were texting about this during the game, and or after the game. I was shocked at how they just dismantled the Rams defense. I mean, that was the number one defense in the league, and they just dismantled it. And I actually thought, and I texted this to you, not that the Rams offense was great. It obviously wasn't, but it looked better than the defense did.
No, I was surprised. We talked about it on Friday, about Jared Goff playing for his career, Chris, and he played pretty well. I mean, he did. And they needed that to stay in the game.
Job, probably, yeah.
He really did, right? In order to just hold on to it.
He actually made some nice throws, especially early on, yeah.
But the Packers offense, I mean, we're starting to see stuff that as great as Aaron has been over the years, he's never, Chris, the running game, 189 yards, right. the most Rodgers has ever had in a playoff game. Packers scored on the first 3 drives against the Rams, right? And 484 yards. That's the second most in their playoff history, and the most by any team in the playoffs against the number 1 seed since 1970. I mean, these were historic numbers.
Let me ask you this: do you think Rodgers proved anything?
The only thing I think is sometimes if you want to question who he was playing, I think that was a perfect example of saying they had the best defense in the league, and I get it. Aaron Donald was banged up. He missed 35% of the plays. But, Chris, they kept the – don't forget, the Packers were without their left tackle, who's an all-pro, right? So I'm like when people say, well, they didn't have Aaron Donald. Okay, that's fine. They were without their left tackle, which normally, Chris, that's trouble for a quarterback. Am I right? If your left tackle's not there and he's an all-pro.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Aaron Rodgers, I don't think he didn't get touched, Chris. Did they? There was one time he was in the end zone. You remember that? When they were all swarmed around him.
Right.
And he was somehow able to get the ball out. He looked good. The big play, it could have been 40 points if Lazard didn't miss the other one. You remember the one downfield?
Yep.
That he dropped? That was another one he was open. And I do believe there was one other one where Aaron Rodgers overthrew a receiver. Do you remember that? Was that Scanlon?
Valdez Scanlon.
Yeah, that was another one.
Wow.
They ran the ball. They did everything that they wanted to do. It looked like to me, even when the Rams made it a little closer, when they got the ball back, they just immediately moved down the field. And they got a 3-headed monster now at running back, which is I've never seen for them. So I think that opens up. And then the stat that just floored me, of course, is the on play action this season, 21 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, just an incredible on the play action because you got to respect the run, Chris. You just have to, right? You got to bite a little bit when he fakes it to a running back.
Right. Well, I don't think, look, Rodgers was really good. I don't think he was spectacular. I think he was good. I think the run game, he threw it well, and the run game was great. Like, I thought they were following the run game, but like you said, he did throw it well. But I didn't think he was doing anything super special until the long bomb for 57 yards or 58 yards. Yeah, that to Lazard. But outside of that, I thought he was managing it, and he was managing it well. But that run game was so strong that I thought.
What about his run game and the move he put on the DB? I mean, on the linebacker.
Yeah, it was a nice little move. Yeah,
that's one of those. That's one of those, Chris. They always tell you got to stay on your feet, but it's hard because with that fake,
he can throw.
Right. So you're just trying to bat it down, right? At that point.
I felt though. I mean, look, we all know how great Aaron Rodgers is, and we know what his legacy, or at least we know what the floor of his legacy is, right? First ballot Hall of Famer, all that stuff. I don't think this, for those that are, if he wins, like looking for him to raise up a notch, I don't think this proved. This was nice. You dismantled the number 1 defense in the league. but I don't think this validates an MVP season, which he certainly had, because the bottom line is he's got to get to the Super Bowl.
Nah, but see, that narrative you have right here is we got to talk about what's in front of us. We all know that that's the goal for every player. So not just there. No. Hear me out. Can you hear me out? But let's talk about the game here. We could talk about, you always jump into the next game. Let's talk about what he did to the number one defense. And had he failed, Chris,
good.
Coming into the game, you were saying that he had to worry, or what was the saying?
No, if he lost, it was going to be a stain on his legacy.
Okay, right. But he didn't lose, and he played well, and his team did stuff. That's all I'm saying. I think that the talk of course, if he beats Tom Brady in the Bucs, then it'll be like, well, that's nice, but he beat a 43-year-old quarterback. He still has to win the Super Bowl. We can do that all day. We get it. But Aaron Rodgers, again, with this team this year, the year he's had, he now has 50 touchdowns, 5 picks. He's had an incredible season. That's all I'm saying is he's playing as well as I've ever. I think he's playing better than the Super Bowl year.
Well, what it is, and I'm going to say what I want to say. He should be looking at, like, let's say they win this Super Bowl. And we're talking about Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson want to say, if I'm Aaron Rodgers and I see the way they're clicking, I'm looking back at those years in between Super Bowl appearances, or if they get there, and I'm upset.
You can't do that. You can't. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of time. To live in the past.
But
it's a waste of time.
I'm not saying you have to, cry about it. I'm not saying you have to let it ruin your great career that you had. But I would look at it like, man, and I think a lot of observers will look at it like, man, had they had a Matt LaFleur with a more sophisticated offense, Aaron Rodgers might have won more rings.
But, Chris, this is the other part, though. It's easy on hindsight to say that, but what if they would have hired the wrong coach? What if they would have hired the wrong coach or the wrong general manager and they made other moves? I get it. Sure. But I think to live in the past, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm thinking about the future.
Understand it.
Here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at if he can do this at 37 and he's able to win it, just say he's able to win a Super Bowl, the ending of his career has opened up. When you look at the quarterbacks in the NFC, Chris, with Drew Brees retiring, Tom Brady a year or so away from retiring. When you start to look, the 5 best quarterbacks in the NFL, what was that, Football Focus? The 5 best, 4 are in the AFC and Aaron Rodgers. Like when you look down the roster of the NFC, Russell Wilson's there, Aaron Rodgers, and who, Chris? All the great young quarterbacks are in the AFC.
The 3 of the best 5 are in the AFC. But Russell Wilson's there.
I'm just
Tom
saying,
Brady, like you said, he'll be there next year, and then Kyler Murray's, I think, going to keep improving.
But I'm just saying,
we don't know.
There's an opportunity.
A few years ago, nobody would have thought Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen were going to emerge. So
I get it. I'm just saying,
we don't know what the landscape
but
holds.
the best stars right now are in the AFC as far as quarterback, the top quarterback.
I think where he'd be excited about the future is just what this offense is. Like you said, they got a running game
They got a real running game
than
right?
he's had before, and a more sophisticated offense, a lot more motion, a lot more movement. So they look good, but like I said, this was nice. I don't know what you want me to say. He played well.
You don't have to say anything.
But I'm going to say
turn your mic off.
He better win. He better win Sunday. If we're talking about, he validated his MVP season, you got to win, baby. This is about
the
rings.
point is,
we've seen
the
him
team
do this
that was in front of him was the number 1 ranked defense. Chris, you came on here. Well, Brandon Marshall said that the Rams are going to beat him. Ryan
Did
Clark
I say
said
the Rams are going to beat him?
No, I'm just.
Okay.
But that was your
I don't
ammo.
care what Brandon
no,
said.
that was yes. You did
No,
care
I
because
just
that's
was
why you
using
brought
that
it up.
for context. I
No.
didn't say it. If I didn't say it, it don't matter.
You tried to get Greg Jennings. Greg said that he picked
he had said I thought
the Rams
he had said
too.
That. I caught the conversation late.
But you were validating their points. It wasn't your point. Your point was that
point?
other
What was my
NFL
point?
guys are saying that the Rams, Aaron Rodgers can't beat a team like the Rams because they get at the quarterback.
When Greg Jennings came on our show and said he's picking the Packers.
No, but you
Brandon
originally
Marshall's
thought it
the
was.
only guy said pick the Rams.
No, you didn't. You said him and Ryan Clark.
I didn't say Ryan Clark on the air picked the
Rams.
Rams. No, I didn't.
We could get the tape.
Get the tape.
Let's go to the radio tape.
That's not my words. Anyway, I picked the Packers. What I'm telling you is I'm not going to sit here and gloat over Aaron
Nobody's
Rodgers
asking you to
and how
gloat.
Brady
All
was
I'm saying is let's talk about the game in front of him.
He's
That's
way
all.
beyond
Let's
that.
talk about that.
He's
That's
way
all.
beyond
We don't,
that.
The
He's
woulda,
got to do
shoulda,
more than win
just like
one
Friday.
playoff game.
What if he loses? What if he loses? Let's do a topic on what if he loses.
And Rob,
it doesn't
take
make
the
any
next
sense.
2
Let's
minutes
talk about the game.
and sing your praise to Aaron Rodgers. Go ahead.
I'm good.
Alex, give him some soft music.
I'm good.
Throw
we don't
some
need
Luther.
to do all that.
Throw us some
We need
Luther.
877-99
Go ahead, Rob.
on Fox.
Throw us
What
some
did Aaron
Luther.
Rodgers show you
Go
on
ahead. Give me
Saturday?
some soft music.
Let's do that.
Aaron Rodgers, he was awesome.
Let's just do that. Turn that
give
music
me some
off,
soft
Alex.
music.
Turn
I'll
that
do it.
off.
I'll
Don't
do it
get
since
turn
Rob
that
won't.
off. We don't need to hear
Aaron
that.
Rodgers was the man.
Don't what
Did
you
you
call it.
see those
Every
throws?
time Chris
The
doesn't have
number
anything
one
to say, put some
defense.
music on. Let's talk
He
about
actually
down
won
4 years from now.
a second
Let's
round
go and play the
playoff
tape.
game.
Day one where Chris said
Did
that
you see
Mahomes
that?
was going to win the MVP. You remember that? Let's play that.
Did you see that? He won a second round playoff game. That's enough because he's Aaron. 877-99 on Fox. Your turn to weigh in with Chris and Rob. Did Aaron Rodgers prove anything in the Packers' dismantling of the Rams on Sunday?
All right, let's kick it off with John in New Zealand. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, John?
Good day, mates. How you guys doing?
Man, doing
John,
great.
what's happening, man?
What's up, guys? I was watching the highlights of the weekend and just thinking, is there anything better than seeing a talking head explode? And I can't wait to see Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes in the in the Super Bowl. And then what on earth is Rob going to do?
Hey, you as happy as you might be, you will not be as happy as me unless you got a bet with somebody that's going to give you 2 pairs of Air Jordans if Tom Brady makes the Super Bowl.
I was just thinking as Tom Brady starts winning, I can imagine Rob sitting there going, uh-oh. But getting back to Aaron Rodgers, I just wanted to say, can you imagine if Tom Brady had turned in that performance? Well, let's say he turned in the performance that Russell Wilson put in 2 weeks ago, even worse, or a week ago, that would be even worse. But if Aaron Donald had been injured, I mean, he was being manhandled by one guy, let alone being double teamed. And if he had thrown what should have been 2 interceptions in the red zone, I can just imagine Rob going, he's washed up. There should have been 2 interceptions. It's all a fraud.
Nick
That's
in
a
South
Rob,
Carolina,
admit it.
you're
That
on
was
the
pretty
Odd Couple
good.
Fox Sports Radio.
You
What's
think
up,
that was
Nick?
good, Rob? That was good. Nick.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what's
Nick,
up, guys? How are you?
What's
Good.
up, man? We good.
Good. Hey, I'm a fan of Rodgers. He's been carrying the Packers this past decade, and he played great. I mean, it's as impressive of a performance by QB against a great defense. But with that being said, we've seen this movie before. Rodgers has a great divisional game, and then pretty much struggles in the NFC Championship game this past decade. So I think Chris is right. I mean, he has to win this Sunday. Otherwise, all those stats that Rob does use to prove Rodgers' greatness aren't really going to mean much. So I think he has all the ingredients to win, but he just can't have a bad day at the office like he did earlier this year.
Look, 1-3 in NFC title games, 78 passer rating.
Ham in New Jersey, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Ham?
What's up, fellas? You guys got to calm down over there. You guys are a little too heated. I know where Rob is coming from. He's because Chris is trying to play it down. But me, as a Packers fan, even I know that the job's not finished. We're not satisfied with this win. We want more. We want the title.
You need it. Yes. The job is not close to finished.
All right, Leo
Absolutely.
in New York City. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Leo?
Oh, how's it going, guys?
What's up, Leo?
What happened to the Geico Fox studio? No, it's State Farm studio?
It's the Farmers Insurance.
Farmers
Oh, they get the
Insurance.
Farmers Insurance. What happened to
Give them
Geico?
their
Anyways,
props. We're not worried about Geico.
Leo is Farmers Insurance. Come on, man. Things change as time goes
Yeah.
on.
We are farmers. Bum,
Bum, bum, bum, bum, bum, bum.
All right, what's your question, Leo?
okay, I want to say that, I'm with Chris on this one. I don't think Aaron showed anything. Last year, he was exactly where he is this year. He reached the championship game and then got bounced. So, right, all you did was getting back to where you were last year. So if you get to the Super Bowl, now we can start talking about progression. If he had lost this game, we'll be talking about regression. You're just right where you were last year. And we're talking
Leo,
about his
I
performance.
couldn't disagree with you more. There were people out there who thought the Rams matched up well against the Packers and could beat them in that game. And not only did they win, they won convincingly. So that was a roadblock, and I get it. Yes, they're back in the NFC Championship game, but it's not the same team from a year ago. And they didn't play the number one ranked defense that hadn't given up all the yards and the points and the numbers and being scored on the first three possessions. They haven't done that all year. So I get it. Yes, they're back in the NFC, but it's not the same team, and it isn't the same results. You can't just look at it and go, well, that's the same thing they did last year. No, it's not. It's totally different. And remember, they had to win. They had to beat the Saints in order to have a chance to get the number one seed. They did that. They had to beat the Bears the last game of the year in order to secure the bye and the number one seed. It was in the balance. They had to play for it. That's all I'm saying.